to stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm going to ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home.
It's to make money. It's risque business news.
That I did want to do a few interesting news stories that I came across. So you sent me this morning, actually. There was a man who ate a $120,000 banana in an art museum.
This one really tickled me because out the gate I was like, are they going to kill him? Like, do you know what I mean? So there's an art museum. It's like modern art or some bullshit in Japan.
Yes, and it was installations by an Italian artist named Maurizio Catalan.
Yeah.
And they're famously provocative, but his signature work was a banana taped to a wall.
Like duct taped to the wall.
Yeah, God. You know what? You know what? I am so sick of art being this thing that's like, it's only valuable if the artist is a pompous ass and takes himself wicked fucking seriously. It's like,
if the guy skipped his meds for enough time, we're going to up the price on this thing. And this is, listen, how about this? Let me tell you this. If the guy at your work who doesn't do a great job, the guy who's like hitting 50%, if he came in, and this piece of art specifically is a banana that's half ripe, or, you know, a little bit of brown spot, duct taped to a open wall. If that guy came in, if Weird Joe came in and duct taped a banana to the wall, you'd be like, we have to call his parents? We don't know. The authorities? Yeah. I don't want to say the mental hospital because we don't do that anymore, but like maybe we should.
Well, isn't the psych ward the mental hospital? Isn't that the same thing?
That's true.
I don't know.
We got to put him in the big house.
You got to put him somewhere.
We got to arrest him. We got to call Biden.
We got to call Biden. We got to send him to Rikers and have him get out and then be sent to those weird hotels in the Upper West Side that all those people from Rikers were going to randomly in the pandemic. Do you remember that?
No, I do not remember that. Was that like the COVID hotels, but like for Rikers only?
Pretty much. It was like...
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
that must have been lit.
Well, apparently the Upper West Side for a little while, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically during the pandemic, they were letting a lot of prisoners out of prison because of COVID. And they all put them into, not all, but a lot of prisoners were sent to a hotel in the Upper West Side, and people were wicked fucking pissed about it.
Yeah,
because
the Upper West Side, like just like
old,
elitist.
Yeah, old like rich people were like, what the fuck?
We've got different roommates now.
Right.
My neighbors at the bodega are not shaved. They're not shaved. Okay.
Oh my God. Nothing will ever be funnier than when Curtis Sliwa, is that what his name? Silwa? Whatever the fuck his name was. That guy in a beret that was running for mayor. Remember him?
No, I don't remember him.
God.
I missed it. I didn't vote, so.
He was like, I have a great solution for the homeless problem. We're going to ship him upstate, put him in work camps. He was running on this campaign. He was completely serious. He was like, there's a bunch of old, like, insane asylums that are just sitting there in upstate. Let's turn them into work camps. And he goes, everyone will be happy.
Was he Hitler's inspired? Was Hitler back to life?
And,
what?
And also he was like going
That's how this happens, folks. We've already figured it out. The second incarnation of Hitler was this random mayoral candidate in New York City.
Curtis Sliwa. He was also...
The Jews here are like, wait a second. Yeah. No. Do you want a train to take them there?
Well, he also fucking... Oh,
this is why I didn't vote for him or know he existed.
Oh my God. Wait, you're going to die. So this banana stuck to a wall. This is an iteration of his work, and it's called Comedian. That's funny.
That is funny. Wait,
Banana
I did. Okay, so the banana was taped. It's fresh though.
I mean, yeah, it's a banana from like a fucking grocery store.
So here's the thing. If I remember this correctly, didn't they just like handle it? So basically what happened is the guy took the banana off the wall and ate it because he didn't have breakfast. And he was at the art museum and he was cranky. And I get it. Below blood sugar, you sometimes lose your judgment. And you'd think if you ruined a $120,000 art exhibit, you'd like, I don't know, go to jail or something.
Right. But I don't think that happened.
No, what ended up happening, I read this article, so
Okay.
I will fill in the gaps.
I'll let you handle this.
Yes, I'll fill in the gaps. I read it at 2:30 in the morning when I woke up in the middle of the night. So like, this is going to be 100% accurate. Don't you worry. They got mad at him out the gate, and then they have a fucking backdrop, like all these other bananas that they replace it every single day with.
Oh.
Because it's a banana that goes bad. As
Right.
part of the art. So the people who run the museum have to replace the banana every day anyway. So they just went back to the store and were like, getting a new fucking, what are those Chiquito bananas?
So it's worth literally whatever the cost of a banana is.
Yes, but they were like 120 grand, but like really they were able to replace it for whatever 49 cents or something. And they told the artist, and the artist
Is that how
was
cheap bananas are?
by the single one. It depends on where you're going. Not
How
like
much is a
7
banana, Michael? $10. That's crazy.
And the artist, they went and told the artist, and the artist was like, honestly, that's fucking hilarious. That actually adds to the art quite a bit. And it kind of does, because to be fair, I wouldn't really know about this banana exhibit. And now if I saw it, I'd be like, huh.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
pretty funny.
But I mean, it's still like, get a grip. Did I ever tell you about
I'm just glad they're not going to like take him and shoot him like in the public square and be like,
literally.
wow, art, you shouldn't have fucked with the comedian.
Yeah.
He got canceled.
Oh my God. It's so ridiculous. Did I ever tell you about the time that there was this girl that I knew, like, she was like a friend of a friend, and she was dating a modern artist, and it was insufferable.
No, I'm
So-
sure that was the worst experience ever.
It was crazy. So we went over to her house once, and there was like all this terrible artwork on the walls, and like it was just very, very bad. And he was like explaining to us, he was like, yeah, and this is supposed to evoke the emotion of like blood. And everyone's like sitting around like nodding along. And I was like looking around like, is everyone crazy? Are we really doing this? Like, are you serious right now? This guy is a fraud.
It's like a staring contest, and the guy just has to not blink the whole
Yes.
time. He's got to be like, it's worth $100,000, and everyone's like, no, it's not. And he's like, yeah, it is.
And if you don't get that, then you don't
You're-
get art.
You're not cultured. And then it's like a finance bro, this poor fucker.
I
He's been
know.
trading on Wall Street all day. He hasn't slept in days. He's been on a coke bender for work.
Probably
not
has
a
no
fun
taste
one.
either.
Not
Or-
a fun one. He has no taste. And like, who could blame him? Because he's been in school and then behind a computer for days at a time. So then he's
Literally.
like, here's the $100 grand. I don't give a shit. Can you make it so women respect me when they bring me? Anyway,
was
that's
actually-
modern art in my eyes.
I was
So, it's a
randomly
great
talking
investment.
about this with somebody where I was like, you can understand how finance guys just like hire a hooker because it's like, or whatever, a sex worker, sorry. Because it's like, if you're going to spend that much time at work where you're literally there till like 3 a.m. crunching numbers, I would be like, the day that I have off, I'd be like, let's do a bunch of blow. Let's fucking have them over at my penthouse I'm never in. And you know what? I don't have time for a girlfriend. I'm just going to have this girl come over, stomp on my balls and get her money and get the fuck out of there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Just another transaction.
So,
It's inspiring. It's like
Anyway.
the Great Gatsby.
good for them. I
for them.
support that.
Anyway, hopefully someone buys his artwork. I guess it's in the museum. This guy's gonna make so much money. Honestly,
yeah.
he was probably thrilled. It's like all the different stuff that like the Banksy stuff. Like when he
Yeah.
like tore up his own.
I remember that.
Remember that?
It was
When-
like a thing where one of his artworks was on auction, and then as soon as it sold for like some
ridiculous,
ungodly number,
like, ridiculous. Some
and then
money.
immediately it started shredding.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was very cool. And here's the thing. I know the person who bought it came immediately.
Oh yeah,
Like immediately. That is the best thing. Because he was like, I'm going to be in the news. I'm part of culture.
Right.
I work a finance job. Like, oh,
You
man.
gotta
I think
love
they
a finance
restored it
job.
too. So I think he got his
Oh.
cake and ate it too.
it's pretty cool.
I mean, honestly, I'd be pumped.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I'm right there with these guys. I'm like, I want to buy that banana.
I don't know about that. I would
Next
buy
time
the
you come
Banksy.
over here, I'm just gonna have a banana, like a rotten, but it's like one of those flowers where I get it, and at first it's great. Everyone's like, "Cool banana," but then I don't replace it.
Yeah, but also not really. I would
just
never be like
dripping.
cool banana. I'd be like, what is wrong with you?
But yeah, so you'll be what is wrong with me, and I'll be like, no, it's cool, May. But then I won't fix the banana, and it's just slowly rotting on my wall and like dripping juice. And I'm like, no, it's nice. I just like not need to clean it up. You know? It was $100,000. I don't know.
Okay. I have another story, and it's pretty juicy.
Okay.
There are a pair of this has nothing to do with business.
I can't.
There
wait.
is a pair of conjoined twins. So they're conjoined, and they have
I thought
you
I'd
understand.
experience more conjoined twins.
Me too. I thought it was going to be a big part of my life.
Really thought we really learned about them.
Yes.
Like it was like very much stressed. I think that was mainly the National Enquirer.
I think so.
Like featured them prominently weekly.
Conjoined twins were like, this is going to sound terrible, but like they were how often people were talking about conjoined twins is like how often people are talking about trans people now.
Yes.
It was like
It's
the conversation of
it was
the
exciting.
zeitgeist. Yeah.
It's exciting. And then, I mean, I've yet to meet one, and I fucking can't wait.
I know. I remember
Or two. Them.
There was a TLC show about two of them, and I remember everyone's question was just like, what's up with the vagina?
What's the junk look like?
What's the vagina look like? Whatever.
How is that not a Pornhub site? How is there not a site?
I don't think there's genuinely enough conjoined twins. I think that's like,
wow.
I don't think there's that many conjoined twins to find enough to do porn.
All right, guys.
I feel like there's like
If
3
you
conjoined
thought
twins.
the conjoined twins porn.
Oh my God. But get
The DMs
this.
are open. That's all I'm going to say.
So there's conjoined twins, but only one of them has a boyfriend.
All
But they share a vagina. So it's like the both of them are having sex with this man. Or one of them is just blowing this man. The other one's just like sitting there like pretending to sleep or something.
Just reading a book.
Yeah.
I took an Ambien, so like have fun, guys.
Yeah. They're 22 years old. They were born in Mexico, but they grew up in Connecticut. They share a pelvis and a reproductive system.
Oh my God. Why don't they have a reality TV show? I would watch this shit.
Maybe they will get one.
Maybe they will. Maybe this is the soft launch.
I know.
Right now, and that boyfriend is a producer, and he's like, we're going to make you a star, baby.
This is interesting. So when it comes to dating, they have a different outlook. Carmen has a boyfriend named Daniel, and Lupita is asexual.
Wow. So this is fucked up, but this is where my mind goes. Could Lupita be like, listen, this guy, I didn't consent.
Yeah, she's technically a good. Oh boy.
Maybe I'll take that part out.
Well, it's fine.
That's fine.
I've already said weird stuff.
Listen, it's hard not to say weird stuff when you get conjoined twins and when you've been raised in the 90s, when that was just a big thing we were thinking about going through puberty.
That was it.
What would you do if you were conjoined with a a twin?
It would be even it would be even weirder if like both of them had different boyfriends. You know what I mean? Because then it'd be like they're both kind of having sex with each other's boyfriend.
And the boyfriend's like, listen, I'm not trying to be if you were polyamorous, then it's incest. Huh. This is a real.
I'm gonna need to know.
This is a real cat's cradle.
If they have.
This is them.
This
They're
is them.
cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Wow, what a journey.
I know.
I need to know actually everything about them. Oh my God, they look fancy in that one.
They do. So this
You
is the
talk about a
boyfriend.
tailored shirt.
And this is. Yeah, right. This is it's just interesting. So that was brought to my attention.
That was brought to my
And anyway, I thought maybe we'd chat about these conjoined twins and their boyfriend.
Wow,
So.
look at them. It would be hard. Like, I mean, talk about sibling rivalry.
Oh.
How about being the literal conjoined twin? What if they both had a crush on the same guy? And the guy was like, not you. I like literally the woman attached to the same body. It's your same body. It's her face. She does her makeup slightly different. You look exactly the same.
Like, I like her personality better, and I can never truly be alone with her because you're always there.
Yeah. Gonna need like one of those like little shades.
Bro.
Put blinders on like a horse.
I wonder if the one that is not having sex with him, like, if she does that, she probably would like just put like headphones in. What are you gonna say? To
Okay.
Me? No, please
Do you
say
think if you orgasm,
Oh.
would it go to both?
I think.
Oh, that's a perk.
Or maybe
that's a silver lining.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering
You're like,
if,
nice job, Brett.
I mean, I'm sure they would feel the whole thing, wouldn't they?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not. Again, I no one bothered to tell me the details.
Yeah. Because that's the
I'm still
only
looking
thing
for
anyone's
details.
curious about. No one's like, oh, what's it like brushing your
If
teeth?
you
Everyone's like,
come-
what's the deal with your vag?
What's the vag? Which is it only connected to one of your brains or both?
Yeah, because maybe if one's asexual, maybe she like genuinely.
Oh,
can't
maybe that's
feel
why
it.
she is.
Maybe.
Oh, that's fair. That is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair reason.
That's what I hope. I hope that for them.
And she's just like really supportive, like the most supportive sister.
Yeah, literally.
Like the most supportive sister genuinely in the world.
Oh no,
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
all right, here we go.
Okay, so conjoined twins. Let us know your thoughts.
That was crazy. I thought that this was kind of fucking insane. So Jeffrey Hinton, he is an AI pioneer.
We have to do a full episode on
Yeah.
this, but this is a great
So just as like the Cliff Notes version. So there's an AI pioneer. He quit Google to warn about technology's dangers.
yeah.
The technology's dangers. So AI specifically. He's like, this is not a good thing. We're all going down. And
We
he's
are.
also been called the godfather of AI.
I read about him, and then also there was like a letter or something that was signed by a bunch of the leaders, including like, I don't want to quote exact people because I'm gonna forget, but it was like prominent like Jack Dorsey types.
Right.
I don't remember if it was him exactly, and they were all saying that we need to have not regulation, but like a more review on
Yeah.
AI's releases because there's a lot of like very concerning potential implications like later on down the road,
What-
which we all like. We've been watching sci-fi movies
Yes.
that have since the 80s that have been telling us,
Yep.
hey, when AI comes out, cool it, watch it, keep an eye on it because shit's gonna get weird.
Right.
And now it's coming out and we're like, but it can help me write a legal letter without calling a lawyer, so I don't fucking care.
Literally. Yeah.
It's convenient. It is convenient. If you don't know, ChatGPT can help you draft legal letters without consulting a lawyer.
So
And they're pretty good.
So he said, I believe that the rapid progress of AI is going to transform society in ways that we do not fully understand, and not
Yes.
all of the effects are going to be good. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, we think it's bad enough with just like how social media has changed things. With AI, I'm like, ooh,
Oh, it's going to... And also talk about social media with AI.
oh my God, no.
Because you can do things now, like we could do technically a podcast with our voices and script it, and it would have our voices say it.
Whoa.
I saw an app that'll do that, which is maybe useful if we're ever out of town. No, I'm just kidding. We would never do that. We couldn't get the authentic conjoined twins material. You think we just come up with this stuff? We do.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they can do, I mean, that, and that's such a basic example.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
things can get really crazy. I am pretty convinced that, so now they can do like the deep fakes of people.
Yes.
Which are obviously, a lot of them are pretty simple to pick out right now. But this is our first iteration of that. So for instance, a lot of the times for verifying things for like cybersecurity threats,
Right.
you know, like if you forget your password, you have to contact the admin, but you work from home, you'll have to like get on a Zoom with the poor guy from IT who's verifying your identity to make sure it's not some guy from some, you know, country that's trying to hack you,
Right.
trying to get your passwords. But nowadays, if you're a public figure, especially like a CEO of a company, you could deep fake, say Elon Musk
Yeah.
on a Zoom and have
Yeah.
this guy get fooled.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I
like
didn't even
the-
think about that. That's a really good point.
I think about a lot of this stuff because I work in the industry.
Right.
We sell on fear.
Yeah. We're all going to die.
We're all going to die. It's fine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's coming.
this would be like if Mark Zuckerberg, right when Facebook came out, like left Facebook to go on a campaign about how it's probably not good.
Instead, he was like, I'm going to make the metaverse, which is so funny because no one's left in the metaverse.
No one's left? What do you mean everyone left the metaverse?
No one uses it.
No.
Do we know one single person?
No.
I did like 2 comedy shows in the metaverse.
You did?
Yes, it was like, like weird, like, one-off things.
Yeah.
Which, like, all great, but it was basically just the comics. Like,
yeah. So
I love
weird.
it. We love new technologies. We want to embrace it. That one's not for now. We said cool it. Maybe AI will be the same. I don't think so.
I just want to be happy.
I want to touch grass.
I want to be happy and I want to like enjoy my life. I don't want to go to the metaverse and
Well,
like.
You have to.
I don't want to.
You have to chat GPT with the metaverse.
No.
You have to AI with conjoined twins. You have to be a conjoined twin in the metaverse.
That's the only way to get famous.
You gotta have a podcast in the metaverse done by AI with your voice, and you're a conjoined twin having asexual sex.
I can't deal. Mark made a good point the other day. He was like, the phone is the only invention that like people talk about it. They're like, I'm so glad I grew up without it. Like no one's like,
the
I'm
only one.
well, maybe not the only one, but one of the only ones.
Ooh,
where like
I
it's
wanna
like,
think of another example.
but you
so
can't be
bad.
like, no one's ever like, oh, I'm so glad I grew up before cars
Yeah, that's true.
or like flying was invented.
The typewriter.
right. Or electricity.
Before the printing press came out. All right, maybe it is just the phone. I feel like I'll come up with another example probably at 2:30 in the morning, and I'll send it to you via email.
Okay, good.
With delayed send. That's how I send some of my emails because it's like middle of the night. I'm like, this is too chaotic of a time to send this article. We're delayed sending it.
How do you live on so little sleep?
I don't know.
Because I famously am medically asleep.
I think it's
10:30 a.m.
anxiety. I think it's cortisol fueled.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I need to go to the doctor, genuinely, because I said
Vitamin B12.
well, I think I need to get that because
I have some here.
okay, I'll take it.
Okay, next week, come back. May's going to be so hyped.
So hyped. But like this morning, I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to set my alarm for like 9. Like an approachable, I'm not going to like try to be a hero and wake up at 7 a.m. I woke up at 9 and could not move my limbs. I was like, I'm medically asleep. I am medically asleep. And I went to bed at like 11. I got plenty of sleep. And then I like snoozed my alarm and woke up at 10. And I was like, this is too early. Usually I have another half an hour of being medically asleep.
I swear I think something is wrong with your levels.
I think
your
so.
levels are off.
Oh,
We're going to fix them.
Dying. I also had a dream that I was on tour with Louis C.K. That would be sick. And he made me sleep on an air mattress like next to like a public swimming pool. And I was like, and I called Mark.
This is what it takes to be big in the business.
And I called Mark and I was like, dude, like I don't even get my own room. I'm like on this air mattress outside next to a fucking YMCA pool. And Mark was like, that's showbiz, baby. And I was like, okay, but Louis C.K. can afford it.
Can I just see his dick and sleep inside?
Yeah,
Like,
please,
I'm fine with that.
please.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Oh, that would be a cool tour, though. It'd be worth it. I'd be like, you got it. If you, I'd be like, well, May, listen, sometimes that's the breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would be fine with it. Because that would be a pretty cool opportunity. Okay, the next conversation that I wanted to have was, did you know, I found this and Mark was like, yeah, that's common knowledge. I was like, how is this common knowledge? The USDA has kept cheese, so basically the government of the United States of America, Biden, Nancy Pelosi, all of them, they have kept cheese and other dairy products in cold storage caves for decades in Missouri.
That's amazing. So I actually did know about this, and I only know about this because of fucking TikTok. I know about it because of TikTok, because the government, they were talking about government cheese.
Yes.
And then people were talking about how government cheese is a real thing, which is these cheese cave cheese. It's shitty cheese from cheese caves.
Maybe
cheese cave.
Cheese cave. Maybe that's why people talk about money like, oh, the cheddar.
Yeah, I literally think like if you had any sort of government, yeah, cheddar. I don't know if they're linked, but we're gonna go with it. But Yeah, government cheese is what they used to give out, I think, during like, let's call it a war. I don't know. When they needed to use like government resources to help feed people.
Wow.
And it was this shitty cheese from these Missouri caves.
Wait, I did know about the government cheese from, I didn't know that it was from these Missouri ones, but I remember like I saw, I don't know why I knew this. I knew that like there was certain types of cheese that the government sent like
It's bad.
families in need. Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like you weren't really poor unless you had government cheese.
Yeah, that's this cheese.
Yeah.
What was the reason it was there again? It was something like the dairy industry blew someone or something along those lines, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But also so essentially
Cool.
yeah, so it has two parts. So it all starts with milk. The price of milk has always been volatile.
Famously.
Famously, everybody knows that. So it was jumping up and down based on the limited supply and fluctuating demand. It also doesn't help that milk production naturally rises in spring calving season.
Obviously.
So everyone knows that. But demand for milk is generally at its highest in the fall. Oh my God. When the school year starts again. So the
Oh,
government
yeah.
looked for ways to step in and calm the market. So
Of course. You gotta keep that low. Do you remember though how big of a deal milk was when you were little?
oh yeah.
Like
the
if you
biggest
didn't-
deal.
If you didn't get the chocolate milk at school lunch, you were a loser.
Yeah.
You had to like sprint to, at least at my school. If you didn't sprint to lunch, they'd be out of chocolate milk and you
Yes.
had to drink skim or some weird shit that they
Yeah.
had in those boxes. And then what's the point?
I had so much milk growing up. It's like not even funny. Like
It's
every
probably-
dinner, full ass glass of milk.
This
Drank
is
the whole thing.
exactly why we had our periods at about 4 years old.
Yeah.
Like the most hormone fueled cows ever pumping milk into the young women.
Correct.
I grew so fast.
Yep.
Like egregiously fast because I was taking chocolate milk like a champion.
Oh yeah. Remember also they would take around the mini cartons and you would have breakfast and you would go to school and then like around like 10 a.m. they would come around with the mini cartons. You have to pay them like 75 cents and your mom would make sure you had 75 cents to get your fucking carton of milk. And I'm like, I'm not hungry. I just had breakfast. Like, well, I probably was because I was like a fucking little kid. But
Yeah.
I was like, there's no reason that I have to be
Why
like
am I
chugging
drinking-
milk right now.
I've also had 1/2 cup of water today.
Yeah. No water.
No water.
Never.
We are not drinking water. We are drinking milk. My mom is from Europe, and so she found this entire premise really disturbing. She was like, milk is for baby cows. That was she would always tell us. She was like, milk is for baby cows. I don't know what Americans' obsessions with milk is. And it's because the government was in on it.
The government was in on it. We should do a whole episode actually on the dairy industry because it's kind of insane.
Big cow.
Actually, I did a road gig this past weekend and I was in upstate New York and one of the audience members was from a dairy farm. He owned a dairy farm. He owned 6,000 cows. And this guy's fucking loaded, obviously.
Wow.
But,
or not. Or it's all government cheese.
Or maybe. But this guy was like talking our heads off afterwards and he was such a nice guy. And I learned a lot about the dairy industry, but I was also I did. I learned a lot about insemination of cows.
No way.
Yes. And then there's like a guy who comes and like and does like ultrasounds on the pregnant cow. It's like a whole thing.
That'd be fun. I keep going.
Anyway, he said he was like, if you came onto my property, like the whole thing just smells like poop.
Yeah. Fertilizer.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
did get on this TikTok trend for a while where I would just watch farriers come and clean the hooves of typically
Yes.
horses,
Oh my
but
gosh,
frequently
yes.
cows as well.
Ooh. I've seen some like
abscesses.
cysts.
Oh,
yeah.
Guys, check it out. It's kind of a party.
It is.
It's so satisfying because you're like,
I
how
know.
good must that feel?
Literally, I comment and I'm like, that cow must feel so much better.
I cannot wait to see one of your comments on these.
I'm like, oh my God, what a relief. And
Wow. Talk about a pain in the foot.
do you think my comment would go to the top for you because we know each other?
Probably. I
That's-
can't wait. I'm gonna look through
You'll
every
see
comment
one.
from now on.
Lately, I've been commenting like a maniac
I am
on
too.
TikTok.
It's the best.
fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're early and then people
Yeah.
like kind of come on and you're like,
yeah.
I did this recently on one of these like Austin, Texas threads.
Oh yeah.
Like I like got like the top. Oh, it was great. And then all these people were mad at me, and it was so fun. I should do this on my own shit, but I will never do that, or I will one day.
I also love
Just not right now.
Yeah.
Right now I like just trolling random meme accounts.
I love when I get the liked by creator. I'm like, yes.
Oh, there is no better feeling in the world.
They're just a random person.
It's a farrier. It's a farrier from East. It's probably the fucking guy who came to your show.
Yeah.
He's like, big fan of you from your comments on my TikToks.
Crazy. Yeah. And also, I wanted to go to Applebee's so fucking bad. I was starving, and this guy just like would not.
First time anyone's ever
stop
said that.
talking about the cows, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm trying not to be rude right now, but like I have to go to Applebee's. It's about to shut down. They're gonna close the kitchen, my guy."
You're like, do you want to come? Like, we gotta go.
Yeah, I was like, you can tell me all about your cows once I'm in a booth at Applebee's. Okay.
With my riblets. Remember that? That was a big
Oh, yeah.
I had riblets for a while. That
I
was a
got
big
some
commercial.
stupid like fake healthy stuff. But then it was like
Did you get the
covered in
triple
butter.
chocolate molten lava cake?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know about this.
Okay, so my high school was across the street from an Applebee's, so we would frequent it, and I knew the menu. And they had riblets, and they had the 2 for $20, which was too low of a price. Like, that's simply not enough money for the amount of food we were getting. It made no sense. It's concerning. Again, this is why our periods are so young.
Yes.
And then they had the triple chocolate molten lava cake, and that is the best dessert any restaurant's ever had. Hard stop. I will not be taking further comment. It's like this like hot, like they take chocolate, they throw it in the microwave for like 47 minutes.
Ooh.
It comes out it is molten lava.
Wow.
It is genuinely center of the earth, core of the earth.
like
hot.
you're gonna burn yourself.
100%. And then they take shitty ice cream and they throw it in there, and then they put this all on something that they cooked in a microwave.
Delicious.
And it's perfect.
Amazing.
Because everything is either 100 million degrees or 4 degrees, but like frozen milk product, not ice cream.
Yes.
Milk product.
Correct.
And it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
You have no taste buds after, but I enjoy it.
Okay, great. We should go. There's
should
Applebee's
go.
right next door.
We should go.
My God.
There we go.
Well, damn. Now I know. Because
Yeah,
let me
you
tell you
fucked
something.
up. This guy could have told you. This dairy farmer could have told you.
I
Milk product.
love how on the road, like, the only option, because you get out at a certain hour and like all the regular restaurants are closed, so the only option is Applebee's, Chili's, or TGI Fridays. And if you blindfold me and put me in any one of those establishments, I couldn't tell you which one it was.
No, absolutely not. They're all the same. It's all the same
and they're
place,
all fantastic.
except for Applebee's is elite because of the triple chocolate molten lava cake.
I actually think TGI Fridays might be my favorite.
They were not across from the Proud School, so I don't care. I don't care.
Wow. Well, for more hard-hitting news, check out our sponsor, current2news.com. Okay? Check it out. It's a lot like this podcast. So if you're a fan of this podcast, you would probably like current2, the number 2, news.com, because you can get all your top headlines summarized in 2 minutes or less. That's what I'm talking about, okay?
Versus we've been talking for more than 2 minutes about nonsense.
More than 2 minutes. How many minutes have we been talking for?
39.
39?
We will listen. How about this? We will be releasing some of this in chunks because I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Tucker a little faster for some of you.
All right.
I know some of you are itching for the
know.
Tucker Carlson info. It's
I
coming.
feel kind of bad.
No, don't worry about it because we can cut it out.
Do you want to re-up our wines before we get into Tucker?
Oh yeah.
Okay, pause.
So yeah, wait, like current2news.com. Okay.
Okay.